That was disgraceful and shameful. These are our senators standing up and telling the world this is what we got. We are fed up with you, our elected representatives. We're terribly disappointed. This cannot continue.
Do you know of anyone, any senator who received that amount of money?
I wanted to say...
Excuse me, if we want to go into those issues, yes, I think that Senator Ningi...
My name is Senator Abdul Ningi, a PDP member representing Bauchi Central. Otherwise, I said I was misrepresented.
If you are a Nigerian, please don't skip this particular video because it will either favor you, educate you, or annoy you. Within the Senate caucus and the Senate body, Senator Ningi decided to be the whistleblower who blew a whistle saying that there are certain senators who go home with 500 million. It's over 80 billion that were given to the Senate President Akpabio. This whistleblowing, I don't know if it is whistleblowing or it was just an annoying statement, but it has already incited a lot of reactions on Nigerians, both the political space and all of that. I want you guys to see how Usman Yusuf reacted to the words of Senator Ningi, how he blew a whistle to Nigerians that there are certain senators going home with 500 million naira every month or as a budget in a year. I don't really know.
Right. I think Senator Abdul Ningi blew the whistle rather too loud for some people's ears. The honest truth is I am not a senator, but I was ashamed that these are our representatives that have a prefix distinguished. Well, they clearly distinguish themselves. That was a circus. That was disgraceful and shameful. These are our senators standing up and telling the world this is what we got. Each senator, they like it or not, I did the math. Oh, we got 200. Oh, some people got 500. Oh, some people got 300. When millions of Nigerians go to bed hungry, our elected representatives are mourning on the floor of the Senate that this is what they got, this is what they got. Fellow Nigerians, there are 109 senators. Do the math. If each one of them gets about 250 million, it will be a total of up to 27 billion. Oh, constituency project. After they were given by Mr. President 164 million to buy bulletproof cars. So it is all about them, not the people that send them there. I mean, these cannot continue. We, the people, are watching them. We are not proud of you. We are ashamed of you. And the Senate President, Senator Akpabio, is the most disgraceful I've ever seen. 21 billion to your constituency. A street light, a solar light was selling on the budget over 190 million. Borehole over 180 million each. Come on, people. This is not corruption. What is? If this is not corruption, what is? At a time when our people are dying of hunger, at a time when our children are being admitted with marasmus and kwashiorkor, at the time when millions of patients are abandoning taking their medications because they cannot afford it, our representatives are feeding fat on our commonwealth. And then all of a sudden they're saying, oh, northern senators, southern senators. Yeah, but when they came to share, there was no north or south. Come on, people, we are fed up with you, our elected representatives. We're terribly disappointed. This cannot continue. We didn't send you to go and be divvying up our national commonwealth when your people out there are dying. Well, I sent it to many senators. Well, what they did? Tell me what they did. Oh, some of them sent me, trailer loads of grains they are taking home. So, 64 years after independence, our people are turned into beggars. Like you see in Afghanistan, or northern Gaza, or Sudan, distributing grains. Distributing grains in this land of plenty. in this land of plenty. We have insecurity, we have poverty, we have hunger. Children are out of school. You're here in Abuja distributing money, and we are surprised there is insecurity in this country. No country, no nation, no matter how powerful, will have peace with this much inequity. I've said it again and again. So, our senators, we are terribly ashamed of all of you, and you should return that money. And my advice to the Senate President, is to resign honorably and return that money. 21 billion to your constituency alone is what but inequity.
In case you don't understand where this whole story is coming from, Senator Ningi, who were amongst the senators that were paid, decided to come out during the senatorial meeting or council, and he said that, oh, there are some certain senators who go home with 500 million naira, but him got home with just 200 something million, but he did not go to the press. During the process of him saying none of this, it triggers a lot of reactions amongst Nigerians. And the Nigerians are not taking this lightly. Just as we heard from Usman Yusuf, what he also said. But in case you don't know how the whole story begins, I want you guys to say how this senator decided to take side with Senator Ningi after he blew the whistle. Let's watch this video together. We'll be right back to do some messages to it.
We are going forth and back on these issues and coming up with issues of the budget and individual issues concerning what came to our various constituencies. If we want to go into those issues, all of us are called people. Some senators here, so-called senior senators, got 500 million each. I am a ranking senator, I didn't get. Did I go to the press? I didn't get. Most of you got. And yes, if we want to go into those issues, excuse me, if we want to go into those issues, yes. So I think that Senator Ningi.
Now, I know that it's beginning to make sense to you. Like I said at the beginning of this video, if you're a concerned Nigerian, you either get pissed, got a form, or get even more paranoid with this particular news, hearing that there are a lot of people that are benefiting from this hunger in the country. But in case you don't understand what I'm talking about, I want you guys to also watch, Senator Abiribe, who said that on his own part, he only got 200 something million, though he's a ranking senior senator, but under ABGA. Maybe because he's minority, that's why he did not got that 500 million. But who are those that got this 500? But I want you guys to watch how Senator Abiribe reacted to this. We'll be right back.
People do not like, and people already have a resentment against both the Senate and the government. And that is understandable because things are difficult. And some of us have been screaming and shouting and saying, can we deal with the substantive issue? And I have also tried to clarify, to say that all fingers are not equal, and that by privilege of office, certain people will get, and normally do get. Not every senator gets an equal amount. And I'll just give you an instance. Every zone, there are 6 zones in the country, every zone gets, for each zonal intervention, 10 billion. Now, if you're from the Northwest zone, because you have 7 states, necessarily a senator will get less than me, who come from 5-state zone. Now, because it's 10 billion for each person equally, I get, my state, Abia, gets 2 billion. And if we now break it up into both the Senate and the House, the Senate getting 40% and the House getting 60%, I get about 266 million as a constituency, zonal intervention. The person in Northwest had that 7 states necessarily gets less. about 100 and something. So you will see that ab initio, things are not equal. So it doesn't make sense for us when we want to make analysis to say every constituency must get an equal amount. So when you are a Senate president, when you're a deputy Senate president, when you're a Senate leader, and when you're and all that, necessarily, because of your office, you get a little more than your colleagues. But this is not what you complain about. What you're talking about is that you look at this in the budget, you see duplications. And what we say is that we have mechanisms to correct these things. If the mechanisms are there, you should use those mechanisms, not to go and incite the public against the Senate on that basis. That is just what we're saying. Every budget has a corrigendum. In other words, even if you don't catch it at the point at which we are doing debate, because at the point we do debate, you're supposed to look into the budget and you're supposed to come out and say, hey, I saw A here, and I saw A again here. It shouldn't be. And everyone will say, okay, how do we correct it? If you don't catch it at that time and the budget is passed and you come back, you now come and say, oh, I have seen these more things. That is the point at which Senator Ningi went to see the Senate president to say, I have seen a few things. I said, okay, fine, bring me the details. Then we could see how we could correct it. I think what caused this whole brouhaha is the fact that rather than do the details and rather than our taking it in-house, there was a press conference made on BBC, which tended to show everybody in a bad light. That's just the point. And I want you to understand it as that. I never got 500 million. I think Jaribe tried to clarify his statement. And he came back subsequently to say, no, Ningi told me I was given and all that kind of, and that he didn't get. He's also a ranking senator. So I think that at the end of the day, what you see really is that, well, I'm an Abga senator, and I'm the only Abga senator in the Senate. Maybe being a minority of a minority, they didn't consider me worthy of being given. Nobody told me.
Do you know of anyone, any senator who received that amount of money?
I wanted to say, without equivocation, that both Jaribe, Senator Jaribe, and the Senate leader, Akpabio, tried to clarify this issue. Number one, nobody was giving 500 million, because that's what is trending. Even a few of my constituents call me and say, so now you get 500 million, would they beg you for money? No one give us 1 naira out of it. Can you imagine? So, and what Akpabio said is that, of course, we get what we call zonal intervention projects, which some Nigerians know as constituency projects. And he said, listen, this thing takes a budget cycle, which is 12 months. If at the end of 12 months, you do not get to see what is in the budget for your constituency, then you hold your representative, either in the House of Rep or in the Senate, culpable. And I think Jaribe also stated, listen, I didn't say that anybody got this. Ningi said, I got. And I was trying to tell him that, oh, you shouldn't have complained because I didn't get and I didn't complain. You know, all that type of thing.
Now, Nigeria, my people, you have watched this particular news. You have heard what Senator Akpabio said. And you have also heard what Yusuf Usman also said. In all of this, and I want to round it up, and I want you guys to hear from Senator Ningi himself. No, I will not round it up here. I want you guys to hear from Senator Ningi himself. We'll be right back to do some messages to it.
There was no time I said I was misquoted. I said I was misrepresented. That means the entire press release from the presidency was not based on the interview they have had. And I was very clear in that interview, there was no time I said the presidency or the president was implementing two budgets. The version here, there was no time. I said Bola Tinubu was against the North. There was no time. I said I was representing the Northern Senators Forum. The introduction of that program, I said, my name is Senator Abdul Ningi, a PDP member representing Bauchi Central. And I'm speaking on myself, for myself. I've been in the parliament for 17 years. In the course of the parliament, I was the House leader from 2003 to 2007. I was the deputy Senate leader from 2011 to 2015. I know the workings of the parliament. I know what goes on in the parliament. I've been a member of the appropriation committee 2007 and 2011. I'm currently a member of the appropriation committee of the House. The issues that a lot of people are agitating on are hula value about nothing. They are trying to play me against the presidency. And when you talked about the budget, you don't talk about the presidency. The owners of the budget are the National Assembly. And that is where the battle line is drawn.
Okay, so help us to understand, just like the question Sulai asked, what exactly did you say concerning, number one, what's the budget, the value of the budget that the National Assembly passed? Is it 25 trillion naira or 28 trillion naira? Well, in that report, you did say that there was this gap, the 3 trillion naira unaccounted for in terms of money, project, and location. Help us
That's
understand.
exactly what I said
Yes.
in the House interview.
Right.
I told the House BBC, among every other thing that we have discussed, because it was a lengthy interview on the state of the affairs of Nigeria. And the budget issue actually occupied just 1.5 minutes. I said our forum have hired consultants to peruse through the national budget in its entirety with a view of bringing equity and fairness to the various political zones in the country. And right now, as we are speaking with the BBC, we have established beyond reasonable doubt that the over 25 trillion of the budget has a name, has location, and the appropriation.
Right.
You can simply say,
This is for
Villa, this, National Assembly, that, this, and that. And then you allocate them according to the ministries, or you allocate them according to the states, or you allocate them according to the political regime.
Now that I've heard from all the senators, though they said that he was later suspended for 3 months because he blew the whistle. Why will you blow a whistle on your own team? Maybe because if it is me, I also blow that whistle. How would they bring money that some certain senators will get 500 million? Me, I will not later get 200 something million. Then will not pass me with extra 200 something million. I will just blow the whistle, let the whole world knows what is going on. Senator Akpabio, which is the Senate president, they said in his own part got home with over 18 billion. Now, you remember the maths that Yusuf that made out of 100 something senators, calculating it with not even up to 500 million now, with calculation of 200 something million. If you times it times 100 something, you will know that your country is rich. But what they care is how to feed the rich to get them more richer. The senators, all they care about is themselves. But I want to leave you guys with this particular video. Like, Very Dark Man made the video or reacted to a video how trailers upon trailers are stuck in the mud and why the senators who want to feed their tummy are not talking about the roads or neither the security in the country. Let's watch this particular video of Very Dark Man. We'll be right back to do some messages to it.
You see this video above me, yeah? This is the road between Auchi and Kogi states. You understand? And some people use that road when they are coming to Abuja. Those tankers where you see there, those trailers, those trucks, they don't break down for that place for a week. So that road is a no-go area. Meanwhile, the government won't use 212 billion naira to do street lights. 212 billion. Where will I go fix road? And what is funny is that these people are deliberately leaving this road. Oh. But instead, now go they do road ready for bush. Then all those road now they go down for bush because they go mine for there. Do you understand? And again, the Nigerian youths are not going to talk about this. They will rather drag who is better between Davido and Wizkid or Burna Boy and Wizkid than they talk about things where affect their local government and their constituency where go make country better. This road now, if they fit do this road, business go do easy from Abuja to Lagos. People go to import things, go to send things, go to do a lot of businesses will flourish and things will be cheap. Do you understand? But these people will deliberately not do it. See, these people can easily just do that. You see, once road from Lagos to Abuja dey okay, trust me, businesses don't dey easy. But what do I expect from? But then again, all these kind of things shall not fit trend. These are the kind of things I expect the youth to talk about, but they will not trend it. You understand? Or rather, the one that is causing dragging, entertainment, drag. We go do like this for a while. We all go learn when the time come. Don't play.
You have watched it, you saw it with your eyes. As a common Nigerian, I know that all of you are still saying the APC is just 11 months, you don't expect magic. Now, we are going to 1 year now. Just 2 months or 3 months ahead, we make it 1 year in office. At what point do you not think that they will not perform the magic? Because I just read from the news, even before I start making this particular video, that your president is faulting people already that, oh, they are the cause why the economy is not stable. Because he removed fuel subsidy, there are people who are benefiting from the subsidy before. Those are the ones trying to make the economy not stable and all of that. And I said within my thoughts, you are the president. Have you given any order that no one is obeying? And if there are so, what are the orders that you have given? Why pointing fingers? I cannot be a president and I have the authority to command the full country. And I said, I want this thing to be like this and I want this thing to be like this. Okay, because of the hunger in the town, let's manage the border for the now. Let's open it for importation and export and everybody is enjoying. Now you don't want to do that. You shutting down the border. You're doing all of this. People are hungry. You are telling them, I understand your pain. That unfortunately there's nothing I could do. And I know there are many people that are hungry. It's just a matter of time. You people will bear the hunger and there is no magic between it. That's just what you are saying. But there's no magic. You people are embezzling a lot of billions. Pains me. But unfortunately, there is nothing that we common man can do about this. Because when you want to go to the street to protest, instantly they will just target that, oh, it is opposition that is empowering or sponsoring this protest. They felt like as a common Nigerian, even if you are dying of hunger, you don't need to speak. Because if you go to the street to speak, oh, they'll quickly just say, somebody have hijacked it, somebody sponsoring it. Oh, okay, now nobody is sponsoring it. We are just supposed to fold our hands and just wait for 10 years. Anyway, what do you guys think? I'm going to be ending the video here today. What are your thoughts as a common Nigerian for this particular video you just watched? How the senators are sharing money within themselves about all of this. All right. Remember, we love you, but God love you more. If you love us, there is a way that you can show that love. Please comment your thoughts, like this video, and don't forget to share amongst your friends or to all your platforms. Remember, I'm begging you, take us to 100,000. Please, this is the only way you can really support this channel. I want to hold that YouTube award. I'm begging all of you. I've been this subscriber for years now. I just want to get this YouTube award. Please, I beg of you, make it happen before this year runs out. I love you. God continue to bless you. Until we meet again, peace out.